Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. I'm so excited to host for you today. I'm Anya with Restream Product Marketing, and joining me today is Alex. How are you?
I'm great, Anya. And how are you?
Good. Awesome. So
Very
today,
excited.
yeah, it's super exciting because we get to talk about my favorite product within the Restream ecosystem. It's Restream Studio, and we are going to show you a lot of cool new things that we've built. But before we get to our main program, let's have a look at the chat and see maybe we have anyone who is saying hello. Let us know in the comments where are you watching us from? What are you here for? What would you like to find out? And of course, if you have any interesting cases of how you use Restream, what kind of live shows you're hosting, let us know as well. And we will go ahead and call out a few comments right here. So Justin, Wind Dancer Media says hello. And a little wave. Hi there,
Hi,
Justin. Good to
Justin.
see you. Let's see. Maxime is saying hi. I hope it's our Max from Lifecycle. I do hope that's you. Some hearts to you for
Yeah,
sure.
actually, it would be nice to know what you guys do. What is your occupation? So, what are your use cases? So, how do you
Yeah.
use Studio?
What
Like,
kind
for
of
instance, you're a
show? Yeah,
musician, gamer, like salesperson, or like marketer. So, what are your use cases? We are very
absolutely. We would
curious.
love to see that. Yeah, so you can actually combine where you're watching from with what you do, and that would be really cool. Like musician from Canada or something like that. Croatia, I can see here Ali is here joining
Hi,
in from Turkey. I know his occupation. He is one of our stellar support reps. So if you ever reach out, you might get Ali's help. Maxim is checking in from Bulgaria. Well, we're also going to disclose that he's helping us with Lifecycle. He is actually running our all email program. So all the emails you receive from us is from Max. Another Max Murphy is saying hello from Ireland. Let us know what you guys do too, because I love Alex's suggestion on kind of like understanding what is the crowd in the audience today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before sleeping
yeah,
yesterday, I actually start thinking about it. Like it would be nice to know because we have
yeah,
variety of our kind of users, and
yeah,
like if you ask this type of questions at the beginning of the stream, so
yeah.
it could help us to tune some kind of examples, like and bring
Mm,
the relevant case studies with the same, like
absolutely.
basically with customers, like users from the same industries.
So I see Distant Warrior is saying hi. John from New York dropped in to see what new changes you have for us. We have a packed program for you with like the
Hacked.
updates for Studio. It's like
I
packed,
wouldn't say
like jam
packed.
packed. It's pretty big, yeah. We will actually start for those people who are new to Studio with the basics of how it works and what the Studio is, and then we will share some updates that we made recently. So I guess while folks are continuing to add some more information about where they're from and what they do, I guess let's just get to it. Alex, are you ready? Let's go.
Yeah, like in one fun fact, we're using Studio right now, so and testing it
Unexpectedly.
on yeah, and testing it on the fly.
Yeah, we do also have a little surprise for you in the end of the stream, so stick around for that. We will introduce some interesting people coming in. But let's start with the basics. For those of you, actually, if people can drop in the chat, if there's anybody here right now who is completely new to Studio, never used it before, maybe used Restream, heard of Studio, but never actually hosted anything within Studio, let us know. In case those people are here, we're just going to cover the very, very few basic elements of Studio, like the building blocks, just to help you understand as we announce our updates and new features, like where they kind of land in the whole structure, right? So let's start with the basics. So the very basic part of Studio is scenes, right? So those are little uh, kind of slides of the presentation that help you to structure the flow of your show. Here's a little video for you that shows kind of how they look. They look like this. When you enter Studio, you most of the time will immediately see yourself. But then on the side, you have this little options to create either countdown timers or cameras or media like your screen share or video or images. And those scenes can be easily reshuffled, rebuilt, and reconnected. And that is basically just like slides in your presentation, the flow or the run of your show. So those what scenes are.
Oh,
This is
may,
a
I- may, I- may I add one thing?
yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
for
absolutely.
interrupting. Actually, there is one hint. You can copy paste scene from one studio to another one. And again, it's kind of counterintuitive at the beginning, but if you just use like how to say it,
Shortcuts. Yeah,
shortcuts like Ctrl C, Ctrl V, you can copy it from one instance to another one. So it's kind of cool.
yeah, absolutely. So once you build some scenes and you want to reuse them in the future shows, well, first of all, we have drafts for that, so you can actually recreate the whole flow. But you can also copy some pieces and beats and basically add them to your future scenes. But again, essentially, scenes are just like those slides, those pages that you will use to run your show. And the next element or building block of Restream Studio is media sources. So those are the things that go onto your scenes. And most common examples are cameras, screen shares, video replays, images, presentations, and things like that. So in this little video right here, we have Charles helping out with showing us the sources. So see, under that little plus sign, you will see like the whole list of sources. And this is an example of how you can add them onto the scene, right? Like you add your own camera, then you add a screen share, maybe add a little video, and that helps you to build your look. Alex, do you want to add something?
Yeah, again, it's more philosophical question to myself and to you and to our team. So we
Yeah.
have this kind of plus sign in our like menu, but we
Yeah.
also have a guest plus, right? So, but technically, me and you right now, we are sources too, right? So because we are
Yeah.
cameras on this layout.
That's right.
But for the
Yes.
convenience, we just like use this intuitive icon with kind of shape of human.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, users just invite guests, so they do not use multiple cameras and multiple sources on the canvas.
That's absolutely right. So the most common source is actually your own video, right? Like your own camera feed. And for those people who are hosting, co-hosting, or doing interviews, that's your guest. That's why we do have that little icon that helps you to kind of like shortcut and get to that quicker.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But then,
it sounds
yeah,
crazy. Like we are the source.
we are the sources. Absolutely. We are
We
the
are the
sources of
sources.
the video and the stream and the information. But that makes sense because your stream is essentially your story, like your video narrative, right? So you are the one that is sourcing it. And then the last third element that I want to point out for the studio is the layouts. So layouts are essentially basically ways how you position the sources on the canvas of your scene. So how exactly you put the video sources and other media on the camera. So for example, right now you can see that we're playing this video that's part of the presentation, and then we have our cameras, and they are positioned with those two rectangulars and then the bigger screen on the side. So that is one of the layouts that we have preset within our Restream Studio. But you also have a lot of customization. So if you click on the customize button, you can actually show, you can see how Charles is showing us right now in this little pre-recorded presentation, that you can change the radius, the ratio, the alignment. You can actually change the positioning of those cameras and like round the corners, and you can even appear as a circle or as a square. And those are all customizations that we constantly work on improving and adding on. But even right now, with the customizations that we have and the preset layouts that we offer, you can basically imagine your scene the way you want. Is that right, Alex? Do we want to
Yeah,
play a
it's
little
right.
bit?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
trying to find this frame when actually to show this custom icon for
Mm-hmm.
customization. So as you
Oh,
see,
I'll help.
come on, I've been here just a
Okay,
second.
do it. Okay, you do it.
Or
We're
maybe
like,
yes. Well, like
oh, here we
it's
go.
a better option.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charles, for the frame with your closed eyes. But like the main point is here. You see this icon in the corner, in the middle, like
Mm-hmm.
customize. So it's where you need to click if you want to actually change the shape of your source.
Exactly. And we can show you a little bit right now. Oops, that is not supposed to be here. Sorry. Um, we can actually show you a little bit of how this could look, Alex, if you want to kind of like change our shapes a little bit as we speak. So you can see like this is something that your co-producer, your co-host, and you yourself as a host could do at any moment. Like see how Alex is changing how much space I am taking
Yeah,
in
I
this
think that you
stream.
are taking too much space. So that's the
All
reason I
right.
try to miss.
To
Yeah,
minimize me at least visually, but that's not going to help with my
yeah,
talking. I'm still going to talk more.
yeah. Like
In
you will overtalk me for sure. So
any moment. Then you can kind of like do the circles. You can actually change the. You can also swipe left and right between the cameras, right? Like so, you can basically swap spots in this way, and you can also do the same with like some media that you have. Like if you have an image or something else, like this allows you for wide angle, squares, circles, rectangulars, all kinds of awesome shapes.
we need to
And
add a star shape. In that case, it will be
a
even more
superstar.
epic.
Absolutely. I
Superstar.
agree. And actually, one of my favorites is Showtime. And I'm going to make myself take a little bit more space again.
No,
But
you need
that's a
to be
really,
smaller. Just a second. So I need to be bigger. Come on.
we're overpowering each other because that's the beauty of co hosting. But yes, that's another of my favorites personally because you can show something as epic
Hey,
as
this is good.
Alex and you can
Super epic,
actually
Alex.
stay on the side. Absolutely. Right. So, for those who are relatively new to Studio, again, we just wanted to show you a few use cases of how people could use Studio. And as we are going to show you some examples of real scenarios of people what people can produce and things you can stream using Restream Studio, we again encourage you to drop in the comments what you do, what kind of show you host, because right after this we'll take a few questions from the audience. But we collected a few use cases that we thought were pretty interesting. So some of them are town halls, musical creators who can just record themselves playing, product launches and updates, that's GitLab right there, design shows when folks can show and create and build live, Lovable, vibe coding, and of course arts and crafts. And our another example was dev or tech talks when there's a presentation and like kind of like an onboarding for the development teams. So a lot of these examples you can find on restream.io/solutions. We have pages that kind of explain different use cases, different industries, so you can see a lot of those examples there. So we invite you to check it out. And let's see if we received any other new comments from folks sharing how exactly they use Studio and what they do for a living.
Yeah,
Let's,
it would be nice to get
uh,
more questions.
yeah, definitely.
Please
Prepare your questions as
overwhelm
well.
us.
Over, overwhelm us with questions. So let's take a
Or
few questions and
overwhelm
maybe a
us.
few examples of like what people do with Restream and how they host on Restream. And after that, we will actually transition to what's new in Studio. So all the updates are coming next. All right. So from Wells, content writer and digital productions. That's awesome. That is really really cool. I love that writing kind of like turned into video. John R. I will be streaming storms this weekend from Little Rock. I remember you. I think you checked in the other time. You had like you're one of those like storm chasers, like from the Twisters movie. I love that. I'm super excited to check out your channel. Okay, we have Saeed Irving, Texas, faith based personal coach. That is awesome. Personal coaches, life coaches, personal like career coaches are definitely our favorites. We definitely see a lot of them using Restream for LinkedIn Live and for YouTube. That's a great way to connect with your audience and generate leads and just in general promote your message and your vision. So love seeing that, Saeed. Thank you for sharing. Let's see if there is anything else in here. I think we have no more from our Charles producer. That's
No
awesome.
more.
No
Yeah,
more.
but we just described what we already have, right? So, and we are moving to the new section where we are going to talk about what we
The new
just
updates.
built.
Yes. Exactly. So the next section is what is new with Restream Studio. We've been hard at work shipping very cool, new, interesting updates that hopefully will make you look much better when you create your live streams and your live events, and hopefully make your life easier when you host, co-produce, and interview your guests. So we will start with one super exciting, fresh, literally fresh off the oven. The latest update that most of you have not even experienced yet because it literally
It's
launched
too hot.
today.
It's too
It's
hot.
too hot to touch. So we are not actually going to touch it, and we will let Charles, our producer and our video editor, who also is creating our tutorials, take it away.
Actually, both of them are Charles. So.
Hey everyone, let's talk about guests and cameras sticking to scenes. Now, you know how scenes help you create a flow, just like a slide presentation for your stream. Well, sometimes during that stream, you don't want every guest and every camera on every scene. So let's take a look at the feature that now allows you to choose exactly who and what is in each scene. And here I am in the studio, and as you can see, I am on all scenes. And if we look over at the thumbnails for the scenes, I've got the letter C just here to say that Charles is in each scene. Now, if I come over to all scenes here, I can click down and choose which scenes I want to be in. Intro, the current one I'm on. I'm going to show a video, then I'm going to welcome Anya, and then Anya's going to give us a presentation, and I don't need to be there for that. And for Anya, who is our guest, she doesn't need to be in all scenes or the intro or the video, but she needs to be in the welcome, and then she's going to give her presentation. So what does that look like? As you can see, Anya has now been added to these scenes, and I'm not on that bottom one. So here's the intro, and then we click to see the video, or maybe we'll move that over. And then I talk to Anya. Hello Anya, nice to see you. And then she's going to give us a presentation. And there she is. Now during her presentation, she might finish up and I want to jump in. So I can just come over and add myself to her scene. And there I am. We really love this super useful innovation and we hope you do too. Cheers.
Ta-da!
Correct. Ta-da! The innovation. Here we go.
Innovation.
Yeah. So honestly, I specifically did not want to preface it too much because I wanted Charles created such a nice and concise way to explain what this is. But I just wanted to add that we had this request for so many different creators that assigning guests to specific scenes was very important to them in such scenarios when you do your introduction yourself. Then maybe there is a moment when you welcome your guests and you interview them. And then maybe there's a moment when your guest is doing their own thing and you don't have to be there. So just like Charles explained, now it is possible. It is rolling out today. I already see it in our studio. And one of the ways for you to see how that works is on the scenes preview on your left side. You can actually see the names. So you can see all the scenes where we have Alex and where we have me and when we have some other guests.
Can we actually make a screenshot? I think it's very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I already made it. So just a second, I will try to.
Yeah, let's drop it in. And you will see, because I think it's super cool how it appears. Alex and Anya. Yeah, so this is kind of your, on the side of the scenes, this is your preview where you can, you can see like the names of your guests, and that is who you can expect on that scene if you chose to assign specific people to specific scenes. So it's super cool. Let us know if you have any questions about that. And if you have a chance to try it, it's relatively new. And we're super welcoming to feedback and any other suggestions. This is just the start of making more customizations for like how the sources appear on your scenes. This is step one of many, but we are very, very excited to bring this into you today. And the the next
May,
update.
may I add a few things before
Yeah,
we move to the
absolutely.
next update?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the main point, again, with scenes is just to save your time on setting up your scene, like setting up your kind of layout and what you want to present during the live stream. And when you prepare this in advance, you kind of already save tens of clicks basically every time. It's very difficult when you do a live stream and at the same time try to move some elements, show them and hide, especially when you also have a chat. So it adds, since itself adds some automation, and we experience this pain ourselves. So every time that we try to run a live stream, we still need to toggle and untoggle ourselves. So when Anya need to present, or me, or where we need both to be on a layout at the same time. And again, why it's simple and intuitive, you can toggle it. But still, if you already know in advance what you're going to present and at what point of time, it's just extra automation, which make it more convenient. So you will focus more on the engagement. It will allow you to focus more on the engagement with audience instead of just like tweaking things inside of studio. Let's put it in
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah, super helpful for one of the use cases that you will see in the end of this stream. Actually, when we might invite some extra people, it really helps to not worry about like toggling them all at the same time and simply transition to the next scene and have them exactly at the spots where we want them to be. I think I saw a comment in the chat about dark mode or dark theme. And without further ado, we are going to transition to our next update. So, one of the kind of visual improvements of Studio that we're introducing today is the dark mode. So we did change the overall colors in Restream Studio, so they should look a little bit more polished and posh. And mostly it is kind of like dark gray, blackish theme within the product interface. So this is just a screen shot of how this could look, but you will see that change from the bluish color to the dark mode starting today, I believe. And that's something that will be coming to the whole Restream product eventually. But right now, you can already experience that in Studio. We would love to hear your thoughts on this. I know that there were comments and requests for the dark mode. So we basically make the whole studio dark for everybody. And yeah, would like to hear what you guys think. How does that work visually? For me personally, one of my first impressions of the dark studio is that it looks a lot more professional. And when I create things with a little bit more color, just like our background with a little bit of orange here, it pops really nicely when it is surrounded by this like gray and black colors. Alex, what are your thoughts on this? I know you have a lot
I
of
have,
design ideas.
like I have, but we have many people in the team who also have cool ideas. So again,
Yeah.
my point of view, I think that we are still experimenting. So the goal, what we try to achieve here, is actually uh, to make the content inside of the preview much more appealing, and all this controls outside kind of tune them down a little bit, that they don't distract you, because we have plenty of buttons around, many icons and so on. But the main goal is actually, the main focus is the preview itself. So how you are going to look in front of your audience. And all these controls, they could actually affect how you view, right? So the preview. And we try to hide these distractions by like changing colors, trying to find the right harmony. Yeah, and like it would be great to hear your thoughts again. So we would love to also like then ask questions, pass questions to our team, and keep experimenting with this stuff.
Yeah, everything is evolving all the time. That's definitely true. But yeah, I'm very proud of this update. I think it looks really beautiful, and yeah, would like to hear what you guys think. On to the next one. The next update is also something that we received a lot of requests for, and simply put, we call it animated overlays. So before you could use static images to overlay on top of your video, and a lot of people wanted to actually add some motion to their logo types, to some CTAs, and maybe just to have some fun, like spinning bananas or rains, as we have in this little demonstration. So now it is all possible. You can add GIFs and videos, MP4 videos, as well as other video types with transparent backgrounds to overlay on top of your camera to create these cool effects that could really attract attention of your audience and kind of like snap them off the constantly watching people just talking, to add a little bit of fun, to add a little bit of motion. This is already available. It's been around for a few weeks. Yeah, we created this interesting presentation for kind of like to show off everything that's possible. And we will also show you right now what else you can do. So this is actually one of my favorite type overlays. I like to point at it. It's like a subscribe CTA that you can add. That's actually really cool because it's a visual cue for people to take an action. It does not have to be subscribed. Maybe your core action is visit my website or buy my course or check out my Instagram, like whatever you need to put here. Now you can do it in this fun and animated way. Alex, if you want to point at the logo because you have better reach to it, right?
You see, so can I
So
point it like this?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
just a second. So
exactly.
I'll try. Oh,
Exactly. So the
oh.
moving logos are also very fun because they kind of like help to attract attention to your brand. And there are a lot of all kinds of fun things you can do. For example, you can get rained on or not rained on. We have confettis. So those are some of the built-in examples that you can play with sparkles. But the most important part is that you can upload your own and and make it yours. Anything to add, Alex, before we transition to the next
Yeah,
one? I would love to hear. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, just a mini summary. So as Anya mentioned, we just have a few examples just to show what is possible. But yeah, again, your imagination is limitless. It would be great to see your examples and send us, like mention us in social posts, send DMs. Would be great to see what you're cooking.
Yeah, tag us if you're using our overlays in some interesting and creative way. And just as a reminder, the supported formats for videos are going to be MP4, MOV, WebM, and GIF.
Oh, I got an idea. So maybe again we can run something, not even a contest, but like the best overlays you create. We can name them. We can name as your kind of channel name and just add them to our like library. In that case, you will get a free promotion. So it's kind of an idea. I don't know like if it's valid or not, but it's just like brainstorming on the fly.
Yeah, it's actually very easy. If you create a stream and you have very creative and interesting overlays and you would like us to see it, simply tag Restream handle when you're streaming on either X or LinkedIn. If it's something that you're doing on YouTube, you can also find us on those other channels and just send us a DM. And we would love to see your work. And we love featuring customers. We love featuring creators. So definitely, if you build something exciting with overlays, we would love to see it and show it to other Restreamers, so maybe they could learn from you. That would be awesome. The next thing I would love to share today is the name tags. And for that, we again have Charles to give you a little bit of an update.
A recent update from Restream means you can use the Customize button to remove names from any scene whilst keeping them on others. And I love this. You can actually turn them off on your screen shares to keep things clean, uncluttered, and looking great.
So that was easy.
Let's remove this button.
Yeah, it's like I just did it, and then I guess we're just kind of undoing each other a little bit. So let me
Yes.
just this thing. But yeah, the beautiful part here is that with our new customized button, you can show the name tags, just like this on one scene and hide them on the other. So that's pretty much the update. And if you missed the previous announcement that we did, I believe a few weeks ago, we also added this additional line that you could use for either your social profiles, maybe your little tagline like live video host, maybe your title like Alex is using, to put CEO there. And there are many other ways to like add additional information to your name. But yeah, name tags got a little bit more um, customizable, and they also can go on one scene and not appear on the other. Sometimes I find it distracting. Do you find it distracting when the name tags is everywhere, like changing layout?
Like again, I think that the main thing we try to address is when you customize the layout and make it as a circle or like in smaller and names, they don't fit inside of this layout, inside of this source, and it looks not cool. So, and by having option to remove it from certain scenes, when you want to use this very like customized shapes, it's just more convenient because prior, like if you want to toggle names off, they've been toggled across all scenes, and it's been quite annoying. So let's be honest here, and it's a nice improvement and gives more flexibility, and we hope that our creators will appreciate it and will produce even more professional content.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned for more of that. And again, let us know what you think in the comments today or in your feedback in general in the future. Now I would like to talk about extra cameras. So one of the features that a lot of our customers enjoy is adding additional camera or additional angle. Depending on what you do, this could be something that you would point at your guest if you're doing like a podcast style show. It can be something that you can point at your desk if you're showing something like unboxing or crafts that we showed earlier in the studio examples. So extra cameras are excellent. It's just additional way to present your content. But now extra cameras got a few really cool additions. Number one is now they stick to the scene. So, for example, if you want your extra camera on one scene when you are actually unboxing or showing something with your hands on your desk, you can have it there, but it can then disappear on the scene when you are just talking or taking questions and comments from the chat. And another really cool thing is that cameras now come with its own audio. So, any extra camera can come with its own sound and microphone, which there are multiple different use cases for that, and this is one that we have prepared for you by Charles. So if you are streaming any kind of game content before, it was very difficult to stream game and have like the game sound as well as your microphone sound. So that was basically impossible. And now you can do it in studio. So in this example, Charles is going to play Mario Kart and add his controls, his own video, as well as the game itself. And when he goes to the sources and toggles on the cameras, the camera with Mario now has the cool theme song. So yeah, that is basically the update for extra cameras. We would love to hear what you think about this and what other examples of using cameras with its own sound for additional camera you could come up with. So let us know in the chat if that's something you already experienced, if that's something that you find useful, and yeah, what are some ways you will be playing with this in the upcoming time. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, I just start kind of imagining different use cases where you can put a camera like with a microphone and like
Additional camera.
Yes. So for instance, like, and again, so kind of abstract stuff. So, and I'm not sure that gaming example is the best example for us for the studio in particular, right? So because like most of the time gamers use different kind of encoders to capture screen in like much higher resolution, and browser has own limitations. But for all other creators, like for all other cases, and one of them is an onboarding, or when you want to emphasize and like change an angle and look like pay attention to something. It's a cool stuff. And music definitely, it's an like sound is an extra. I think that it could amplify even more the presence, so it and connect audience with the host. So
yeah, totally. I'm seeing some comments also and it's actually in private chat, the chat that no one can see except for
Come
us.
on, like
But I really like this example by Matt. It's a cooking show, right? So, for example, if you are anything like creative and crafty, when there is one camera that is pointing at the host who is delivering the content and totally like speaking for the most part, and the other thing is actually pointing at something that you're doing. And cooking show is a great example because you can have one camera on you, another camera on your food, and you can get this awesome simmering sound of like cooking sauces and
yeah. So the next
um,
step would be to transfer smell
yeah.
through the
Oh my god.
source as well.
And taste, which is the key
Yes,
for the cooking
taste.
show, the
Yeah, but with
flavors.
and then
Yeah,
we end in a complete matrix again. So it's still in
absolutely.
progress. We are working on some prototypes, but like don't expect
Yeah.
it in the nearest year. So maybe in a few years. So let's catch up and discuss this stuff.
Yeah, and one simple use case that just also came to me is just a simple podcasting, right? Like if you're having an extra camera for someone else who's joining you in the same studio, you can actually connect their own microphone, so you don't have to battle over sharing the same mic if you're sitting in the same place, right? Like you just get this extra camera with its own extra mic, and sound comes in clean and clear. So that's also helpful. So let us know if you have a chance to try it. And
Well, like you know what, Anya, sorry for the interruption. May I try extra camera right now?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, but without audio. I just like going to turn it on, and you see it right now. It looks like similar. Where I am? Can you see me?
Yeah.
But then, voila! I can show you. So actually, is it where
Let's make it focus a little bit
I don't
because
know. Can
how
you
do we
see it?
make it?
Like
It's
probably you know what I need to do. I need to change stuff here.
Here we go. Yeah.
And you can
Now
see
you can see the view from the
from
window. So you can see
our office
in Austin,
in Austin.
Texas. Absolutely
We
downtown.
already, it looks like a place for news station, you know, so kind of we can,
Yeah.
and it's me again, you see?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's actually a really cool use case too. So extra camera can point at something in your surrounding, right? And if for whatever reason it matters, in terms of the sound. Oh, hi there.
Hi there.
Yeah, you
So
can.
just give me a second.
We're gonna have a double
And
Alex.
double Alex is here.
Yeah.
So
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our countdowns. So some of you might have enjoyed the little countdown timer that we played in the beginning of the show. We love to get a little creative with those countdowns, and now you can do that too, because countdowns got a few upgrades, such as they now auto switch from the countdown scene to your next scene when you're actually presenting. You can also resize them in the freehand mode, and you can move them anywhere on your screen or on your scene canvas. So this is kind of cool because a lot of people ask for that update because when the timer used to have this kind of like sticky spot in the middle, right, like right in the center of the scene, sometimes it would get in the way of some logos, your branding, or your face if you are the one who is kind of like presenting there. We
sticky
definitely had those
countdown on your
examples.
face.
Yeah, the sticky countdown sticker that you cannot really see past, and it's kind of like messing with the whole thing. So now you can resize and move it anywhere you want. That's already available in production, free for all. So play with that. Let us know how that works for you. But we're very excited about this kind of small but mighty addition to giving you more controls over how your streams look.
May I add a few
Yeah.
things?
Sure.
May I or not?
Yeah. Just take it away.
Again, so just at the beginning, it's a beginning of much broader customizations that we might bring in the near future.
So yeah, even more customization for not only countdowns, but other things that you can hopefully resize and move around. One last thing that we wanted to share with you is the new air theme. So maybe you noticed our taglines and our questions from the community were coming in this kind of like no background, very airy, very light type way. So the new theme air is now available for captions, scrolling tickers, questions, and name tags. So basically chats, right? You can display them on all the scenes just like we're showing in this video right here. Let me get back to the scene where we have this awesome, one second. Yeah, so basically in the design section, you can find this air theme, and you can adjust it for, and you can also adjust the font for the air, and basically whatever texts show up on your screen can now be completely light without any backgrounds, and with the font that matches your theme. We can actually demonstrate it right now with Alex. So this is our name tags. As you can see, they're completely transparent, but they work on any background. Like, so Alex's background is a little bit darker, mine is a little lighter, but with the shadows that we have there, it actually works.
You see?
Yeah, even on the
You
white
can see even
background.
like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you can still read it. Absolutely. That also applies to captions like this one. So there's a little bit of a gradient behind it, so it like looks really, really pro and really cool. And the same applies to questions that we will actually display in just a few seconds, so you can enjoy the view of the live chats in the theme air. Let us know what you
And
think.
if you have any ideas about how you would like to see captions, what kind of themes you want us to build, again, don't hesitate to send us some examples, like through support or DMs on social networks, or by tagging us. We would love to improve all this stuff.
Yeah, we currently offer 4 themes, if I remember correctly, and we are super excited about expanding that. So if you're into design and you're making beautiful stuff with text and fonts and just typography in general, and you have an idea for a theme that would fit a Restream Studio really well, yeah, bring it on. We would love to check it out and maybe implement it. Bring it on. My last part of this stream before we turn back to questions and introduce a few very cool people that will be joining us today is a little teaser. So this is something that is not live yet as of today, but it is coming very soon, to the point that maybe some accounts and customers will start seeing it this week as it's rolling out progressively. This is a super anticipated feature that we've been asked about for at least a year by all kinds of creators. And drum roll, come back to us, Alex.
I just wanted to turn around, but like I realized that the wall is so close, I cannot do it.
The wall is too close.
I just hit myself.
But the wall is not too close for people who are recording in Restream Studio, because now you can record your streams locally in addition to recording in the cloud that has been available for as long as Restream existed. So this means that your shows, your events, your interviews and podcasts can now get recorded locally on your machines, on your computer, as well as on the machines of your guests and other participants. Local recording means just better quality, so you're not dependent on the internet connection and like little browser situations and glitches. So everything records directly on your device, and that also means that if you have a 4K camera, that allows you to actually record in the full quality without browser limitations. That is coming soon. It's not ready yet, but this is what we're working on today. Another really cool part of this is that the recordings that you get from your guests and panelists and co-creators get delivered to your Restream video storage automatically. So to me, this is huge because you do not have to chase your guests and be like, hey, you have this recording on your computer, right? Can you drop it into this Google Drive? Like, none of that has to happen now. Restream actually collects that local recording from your guest and uploads it directly into your account. We are progressively releasing local recordings. So if you don't see that in the studio header yet, you will in several days. So just give it a little bit of time. It is in beta, so we're looking for feedback. And if you have any comments, if you tested it, if something worked or didn't work as expected, please let us know so we can improve it. And we will have a live stream dedicated to local recordings and just Restream solution for podcasters in the nearest time. Is that right, Alex? Are you going to be ready for that one?
I will be ready, and I hope maybe Matt will be ready, and other people from our team. I think that they can talk much more. They can tell much more, like why we build it in this way, and like what
Absolutely.
obstacles we had on the road, and so on, and what things we can build on top of this. I think that again, me and you only can touch the surface
Absolutely.
from the marketing side, but like our team actually can describe it on like and zoom in to the atom level, and I think that it would be great to hear from them and for them to be present on this dedicated stream if it's possible. If not,
Yeah.
like still kind of participate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a very exciting conversation, and Matt and the development team behind local recordings are definitely going to be part of that. So we're looking forward to that. Stay tuned for when we announce it. But we actually don't have to wait for too long to welcome the developers and the product team behind Studio. So let's go ahead and say hello to them right now. Ta-da!
Oh, it's me.
Bring them on, bring them on, bring them on. Here we go. Welcome the team behind Studio, and
Can
we have Alex here from he's head of product. We have Sergio, who's studio
I think
engineer, and we have Matt, who is actually the lead product for local recordings, and he also worked on the pin sources. So if you have any questions on those features, he is the best expert to answer them. And that also means that we are entering our final questions for the
Anya,
show today. Yeah.
sorry for the interruption. Let's do it again in a different way. So every time when you say name, we need to showcase the person. Maybe like you
Okay.
don't need to showcase me, but like so you say like, okay, we introducing our studio team. First of all, it's not the whole studio team, it's just a few people from the studio team. We have much
Right.
broader team, and we have more PMs. Kate unfortunately cannot make it today, but we have a few PMs and Sergio. So serious compute power behind studio. So
Yep.
those guys really compute all the stuff in their heads. And like let's maybe so when you
Yeah. Go
say
ahead.
Matt
Let's do it. Introduce
or
them and bring
Alex,
them on. You're the
yes,
co-host. You
I'm the
have the
co-host.
power.
Okay, so uh, Alex, head of product. Boom. Come on, like so who's making this stuff? I'm like, okay, Charles, you do it. So then you move it instead of me. So yes. So
Okay.
then we introduce Matt, who is also senior product manager and been behind many of our features. Ta-da! And we also have Sergio, who is a like engineering manager and like streaming engineer and like wear many hats. As many people we have in our team, we wear many hats as a startup. So,
Awesome. Welcome and thank you so much for joining
is it
us
better?
today.
And like, Anya, sorry for the interruption. Let's make also overlay. So with confetti.
Confetti overlay. Well, yeah, maybe Charles can help out with that because I really want to get to the questions from our audience because right now they have the opportunity to ask the best experts with the deepest knowledge of all the studio features that could possibly exist. And I really want to make it about our viewers right now. And let's go ahead and see if we have any interesting questions that our technical and product team could answer. Final Q&A. Oops, sorry, Charles. Let's go ahead and show some questions. But yeah. All right. So we have Steven here. He's asking a pause and restart would be great as well. I think we already have it. Who wants to take this one?
Yeah, we already have it, and it also will be part of local recordings. So basically, I imagine like Stefan is talking about the record only mode in Studio. So with Studio, you can of course live stream, but you can also not go live and still record. That's already available today. You can pause the recording, you can restart it, resume the usual. But with local recordings, that will of course work out of the box as well. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Love it. Our next question is from James. He's asking, can the host adjust camera framing in Studio? That's a good one. Would that be a Sergio question or
Or Alex B.
Alex B?
Alex, do you
Just
want
let me know
to
who
say
wants to answer.
Sergio, let's put Sergio
Okay,
in
okay,
camera.
let's try it. Yeah, first of all, hello everyone. Happy to be here. So I have a bit of challenging task here to represent a studio team. So I'm only one here. We supposed also to have our product manager Kate, but unfortunately she is busy in Ukraine. So yeah, so I will try my best. So thank you for the question. So the answer, it depends. In some layouts, thanks to our layout customization, actually it's already possible. So if you pick a layout like picture in picture and you put yourself on the main spot, you already can zoom in, zoom out, move yourself around. So it's kind of type of framing. But we also have plans to do it like to give an opportunity to do it like with any camera on any layout. So eventually it will be possible. So thank you for the question.
Lovely, lovely, great question. Let's see what's next. James again is asking, can we edit the scene layout in preview mode? Essentially, do it while live, but not so that the audience sees the adjustment. I actually love this question because I definitely feel that pain when you basically need to make adjustments before you actually transition to that scene. Guys, what do you say about that one?
let's Alex. I think
Yeah,
that
I
Alex
can
knows it.
take this one. So, very nice question. We have this in our roadmap, and it's something we plan to start working this year. If you want, you can drop us a DM, and we will include you in the first wave for testing. But it's not something gonna happen this month or in the end of the next month. So we have these features. The realistic estimation is like beginning of the next year for this one.
But you can drop your email right now. So,
Yes.
but not in the public chat. So do it.
Don't do it
Yeah.
in public chat. We don't recommend
Yeah,
that.
and also would it be nice if you contact us with with your use cases, how you want to use this feature, because we have like several ways to build it, and any additional insights would be helpful for us to adjust during the prototype.
Lovely. Great questions. Let's see what else we have. I see a lot of pinned chats, so I'm excited that we will have a very vibrant discussion today. All right. We have a question about, will you have any stock GIFs that will be available? Great question. We do, right?
I can take this one as well.
Yeah.
So yes, as you currently see, the how to say, the default graphics is very limited right now. So you don't have like variety of choice. But for the future, we see that like you can use any source like. You will be able to import, like, for example, from Giphy or from Splash. You just like search for something, you like it, and it will be dropped in Studio. So currently it's not possible. You still need to go manually to the Giphy, download it, and upload in Studio. But we keep an eye on requests like this.
Nice. Lovely. So yeah, that's coming soon. And then there's another question here as well. There will be a walkthrough tutorials of the new features to help us use them accordingly. I mean, I guess I can take this one because it is a little bit for me and for Charles, our co-producer, who will be joining us as well in the end. Yes, a lot of the things that we actually demoed during this live stream will become YouTube tutorials and videos. A lot of the content that we covered today will be turned into clips if you prefer short form, vertical, quick learning tips. And if you have requests for something specific that you would like to get a more detailed guide on, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know through our support chat, and we will prioritize those and make more content for you, including video tutorials and step-by-step guides. We really enjoy doing them, and we could also use some help with that. So if you have any inspiration to create a tutorial on something that you saw today about Restream Studio, we welcome that, and we would love to feature that if you create it and send us a link. So thank you for the question. All right. Rooney is asking if you have local recordings with people joining after the stream has started, what can you do to help us sync it for podcast editing? Surprisingly difficult problem to get right. I think I know who needs to be on the big screen to help out with that one.
It's so
So
funny. You can just like pick us, and put us on the screen. That's pretty powerful. Yeah. So I think if I got the question correctly, if someone joins the stream or the recording session a little later, they would still be recorded. Of course, if they haven't been there, we cannot record that part, obviously. But it will be basically possible once the host starts the session. If local recordings are on or they enable it, then basically everything, every source of every participant, that means all the cameras, extra cameras, screen sharing, and things like that get recorded as a high quality track. It will be available as a WebM file, which is easy to edit. And you'll be also able to request like an MP4 directly from Restream. So you can also play it like that. So basically, you'll be able to edit the podcast from anything.
lovely.
Matt, one more thing. Sorry for jumping in. I think that part of the question was synchronization of, it was about synchronization
right.
of all of these files.
Yeah.
Can you also provide more information about this part? Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually, sorry if I missed that. So we know that you are probably editing in DaVinci or Final Cut Pro, maybe Adobe Premiere. And if you download all of these separate tracks, it might be cumbersome to put them on the timeline, right? So right now, as we are progressively rolling out local recordings, we will first allow you to download the high quality tracks, but we will also work on something we call the project file export. So basically, along with your files, you will also get like an XML file. It's a little technical, but long story short, you will be able to position everything on the timeline. I think my camera got a little blurry there because of my iPhone, but I hope you can still hear me. Let me fix that really quickly.
Yeah, we can still hear you, Matt. But yeah, you are indeed
You're
a little
like
blurry.
suspect,
Okay, here we
I
go.
just swapped my
blurred.
camera into my system. That's interesting. Sometimes like when you gesture, which I do a lot, like it can pick the focus and then it auto blurs everything. So I swapped my cameras and hopefully it's better now. But yeah, so the XML file is coming soon, and then hopefully the editing of various tracks, if you have a bunch of participants, will be much easier. So stay tuned.
Matt, thank you so much for answering this question. And question to you regarding the blurring effect that you achieved right now with your phone. So was your phone, is your phone connected right now?
Yeah.
To
I use
the
the continuous camera. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because I was thinking maybe battery is low, so it's the reason it's
No.
stuck.
I literally just did this with my hand, and I think it picked the focus, and then it blurs the background. So it froze on that frame. So I needed to swap out the cameras. Interesting.
Got it.
So it's also, yeah, the combination of the settings that you have with virtual backgrounds and portrait mode and all that stuff that you have on Mac. So that's what blurred it, I think. Good stuff. What else? Let's see. All right, we have Alex. We'll see which one by context. Alex, can you make a way
Probably
the
is that
chat box
Alex?
shows on the screen but does not push the whole video to the side, like an actual chat overlay that can be moved to different parts of the screen? It is definitely this, Alex, and I think I see exactly what we're talking about here. I'm just going to briefly show the chat overlay on the stream right here. So this is basically the effect that I think Mentuition is referencing, that everything kind of gets squished a little bit.
Yes, thank you for the question. The short answer, yes, we plan to change that and give you as Anya and Alex today mentioned, our goal is to give you more customization, and this is part of this big milestone to allow people to move their chats. As you see with Countdown, it's already possible to move in different locations. So we also the same want to achieve with the chat overlay. As a small spoiler, I want to say that like we will simplify. At first, we will simplify a look of the chat, so it will like feel more messages, and it will be looking similar to the Air team, but it's just like different spoiler. Coming back to your question, currently it's not possible, but it will be possible as part of the new updates with the customizations.
Alex, one more question to you from Alex. Can you provide like approximate time frame when it might be available for our users?
So, if you're talking about just refreshing the look of the chat, which currently we have, it's definitely coming this month. If you're talking about customization with ability to drag around and stuff like that, we have this in our roadmap for this year, and we will be like trying our best to like finish until the end of the year. But yeah.
Thank you, Alex. And one more question about this. And in this particular question from the user, we see a request about putting chat as an overlay on top, or if I'm not mistaken, how I pursue this question. So am I correct that basically we have 3 steps how to achieve the whole, like in how we are going to achieve the whole customization, and this particular part with overlay, it feels that it might be somewhere in the middle. So at the beginning, as you mentioned, we are going to simplify the chat view, make it more modern. Then we might come up with overlay option when we can lay these messages on top of other sources. And the third option, it will be a possibility of the whole customization. Correct?
Yes.
Like I just like
Yeah. And if you're talking like about overlay, and currently it's actually possible in Studio, but it works only in one use case. If you like show the chat and after that like doing maximize of the source, chat will be on top of the maximized source. So it's not expected behavior, but kinda it's a small Easter egg how you can achieve that. Okay,
not a
Anya, let's
bug, but a
try.
feature.
Yeah. You see, but
Ta-da!
like the design is not great. It still looks with all these boxes, and that's why we don't like promote it. And so we need to work more on visual part here.
I hope you enjoyed our demonstration of how that exactly how that is going to look. That's a good one. Actually, I learned something new today. I did not know about this.
Me as well. So it's a good.
Yeah, about this way, but it looks especially if we're thinking about the future improvements of the design of the chat overlay, it looks actually pretty good, especially if you're streaming solo and like your core action is taking questions from the chat, which is kind of what we're doing right now. That makes perfect sense to me, that just you just overlay it on the side. But I think the question was also about, can you move it anywhere on the canvas, and that is a nice request. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what, Anya, I have an idea. Maybe we need to kind of interview our product team like every week. In that case, we will understand better what possibilities of our product, like, what we can do already. Because sometimes we have so many things that we built and they are on the shelf under the huge amount of dust. And we already sit on this gold, but like no one knows that it's there, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We already scaled our live streams to bi-weekly. Every other week, we're introducing something and taking a lot of questions from the audience. And the goal for 2026, next year, is to do it weekly. So one of the recurring events is probably going to be some kind of Ask Me Anything and Q&A, and a little bit behind the scenes of our prod and devs. Love it. Great questions. What else? All right. Stefan is asking, could the recording be scheduled via an MCP server? I mean, automate the scheduling via scripts, Python code, or an 8N automation tool. I see we brought in Sergio. I guess
but
that
like,
was the selected expert for the question. So take it away.
Yeah, as engineer, I can say that at the moment we do not provide such way, but I really hope that we will. I guess it will unlock a lot of interesting opportunities, not only controlling of the recording. But I guess it would be better to direct it somewhere from the product team, maybe to Alex.
About the timeline and planning for this, you mean?
Yeah, what is the priority here?
Thanks for like bringing me back. So, as Sergio said, it's not possible right now, but currently it's very hot topic with the MCP servers and the AI agents and everything. So we are actively looking in this direction, and yeah. So I can't unfortunately on this one I can't provide any estimates. We will be just planning to do some internal tests at first because before it will be available to the users. But I
but
don't have any specific date.
one more thing from me, and like also I think Matt maybe also want to say something. Like I just want to kind of underline that actually N8N is our client. So and they use our studio and broadcast some company updates quite often. So probably it would be reasonable for us to talk to them and think how we can do some cool stuff together. So thank you so much, Stefan. And like Matt, what you wanted to add? Do you have anything?
I would just encourage Stefan to send us a follow-up about their particular use case, because if they want to automate scheduling, like I'd be very curious why and what kind of event or what kind of stream do they want to run regularly. There may be ways to do that. Sometimes you don't need AI for everything, so maybe there's a way to kind of set it up automatically on a recurring basis, and this way also get the job done. So Stefan, please let us know on support, and we'll make sure to look into the use case as well. Thank you.
So also Greenpeace probably is very thankful, Matt, for your answer. So you encourage people to spend less energy, less tokens.
I mean, you don't need AI for everything, right? Like sometimes you can just type things.
I love it. I love it. That's no, you're right. He's right. Sometimes you can just type. Let's see if we have any other questions for the team today. John, Michael Murphy, I record a show every month in a theater. I love it. It would be great to have a clean feed out to a screen. Then all I have to do is work out local feedback in the speaker. All right. I think I can kind of envision the use case. Like, does anyone want to talk about the clean feed?
I'm not 100% sure how that would work. So is that person looking to send it back into the audience, or do they want to like record it? What do you think?
I think it's John is saying, can you provide a button that gives you a clean feed out to a projector screen? If that makes sense.
Like live, that we would like send it clean. I think you'd need to use a normal encoder for that, to be honest. Just to send out, you don't need to stream it if you're in the theater. But if you were to record it with studio, of course, we would record a clean feed of whatever audio input you would be using in your camera.
Yeah, and I think local recordings probably will help with that. Because
Exactly.
local recordings will capture what is outputted by your microphone and by your video. Actually, if you have a video background disabled and for your audio you have noise suppression and echo cancellation off and set HD audio to like enabled, in that case we do not apply any processing at all. It's completely clean feed. I guess maybe that is what he's looking for. So yeah, but if I got it wrong, please let us know. More curious to learn.
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's take a few more questions because I think we're having a really good momentum here. Signs of amusement. My favorite thing, again, is the names of our audience. Is it possible to select the YouTube playlist for the video to be grouped in when we schedule a stream? Good one. Who wants to talk about playlists?
So the short answer is no, but like I don't understand the use case fully. So you want to be grouped it when we schedule the stream.
So basically, I think the question is, can someone schedule a live stream to then automatically kind of like end up in a certain playlist, right? Like, let's say if we have on Restream YouTube channel, we have a playlist of live Q&As, a playlist of tutorials, a playlist of Ask Alex Kuda, whatever the hell you want. The stream can be scheduled
Nice name,
and go
playlist.
exactly into the Ask Alex Kuda, whatever the hell you want, and not just like pop up randomly without being organized in that playlist, if that makes sense. And signs of amusement, definitely correct me if I didn't read it right.
Yeah, I think that we need more clarification. So it's kind of, we cannot get it fully. So can you rephrase it and add more context? Because I actually, how I start thinking about it, that is it possible to port from YouTube playlist to our playlist all these videos, schedule them to go live? It's kind of, it was my interpretation of the question. But I think that
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just clarify, please. Elaborate a little bit, and then we can definitely come back to this one as we are wrapping up. But yeah, let's take a few more. And maybe that clarification, if it comes through. Davey says, "Hey team, new user, I love the product. Been using it a lot. That's always so good to hear. It's enabling a whole new kind of game. Will you have support for pump fun streams and chat? I know it can be added where customer team P, but no chat support yet. I believe that's a destination.
it's like a social destination, social platform. You can
Mm-hmm.
check it. Yeah, we are going. We don't support it right now, but like we are going to do some research, and like if it's a platform, has some good visibility and like size of the audience, that again it could help us. So by doing the research, it could help us to prioritize our roadmap, and if we see that there is a potential, we definitely can put it on top. Thank you so much for bringing this up. We are going to make a research.
Awesome.
All
right. It's probably going to be one of our last questions before we wrap up. I don't know, Charles, do you have anything great for us to end on? Pastor David is asking, is there a plan to allow multiple cameras, for example, using a laptop and a phone at the same time? We just bought extra cameras, right? If that's if you're asking something else, please clarify. But yeah, we did a little. The part of the stream was about extra cameras that are now coming in with its own sound, as well as they do stick to scenes. So you can totally do that. Anyone wants to add something? I guess Rooney is back asking, one feature I would love to see in Restream Studio is playing an intro video while the studio people are able to discuss without being seen. Oh, we kind of faked it the other day, but yeah. Anyone wants to share a little bit more on this one?
I can start. So every time we are like running a live stream and when countdown is live, we are like struggling that we can't communicate that like, okay, we are ready, like 5 seconds left or 10 seconds left. The same with the videos, which you can like after switch. Once video is ended, it's automatically switched to the end to the next scene, but like all participants are muted. So it's definitely a pain point for us, and we will be looking how to resolve that. Also, we have some ideas about green room. So maybe it's not related 100% to this feature, but it has some overlap. So to summarize this, yes, it's a great question and a great use case. We're also struggling with that, and but we just don't have a solution yet for this.
Awesome. And on this positive and bright note, we are going to bring in everybody. I would love to invite Charles, our co-producer and behind the scenes chat moderator, to join us right now. So show yourself, Charles, please. Let's do it.
I don't think I can bring myself in right this second. Too many sources. There we go.
Here we
Lovely.
go. Sure.
Hello, can you hear me?
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm in a different mode. You know how it is. I'm just looking at all the comments.
Yeah, you're perfect. You're
Hi.
perfect. Good to see you, and thank you so much for helping us today with this chat. I would like to just take this moment. No, it was super vibrant chat. So many amazing questions. So first of all, of course, I would like to thank our audience for showing up today, for hanging out with us, for using Restream, for sharing your questions, your concerns, your use cases with us. This is super important because that makes us feel complete and makes us feel that we are actually building something amazing that people are using every day. We are also super grateful to our moderators, our support folks who were working relentlessly in the chat, taking the questions that we cannot answer live. Big thanks for the team that joined us today: Alex, Sergio, Matt. You guys are very busy, so thanks for finding the time and being brave and showing up and taking the questions. Sometimes those questions are hard. Obviously, completely unprepared. We do not know what kind of questions will show up in the chat, so that's no small job to take them and answer them. Thanks to my co-host Alex, as always, to for doing this with me every time. And of course, the biggest thanks is to our audience and to our wonderful creators. And we will see you again in a few weeks. Big hello to all other studio developers and product folks who are working all the time to make things happen. And let's go ahead and start our little celebration.
Thank you to you, Anya. Thank you to you, Anya, for managing all this stuff as well. So you're an amazing host.
Co-host.
We are very happy.
Co-host with all of you. Yeah. Any last words? Anyone else? Any little notes for our audiences?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Absolutely. All right. So
let's play futuristic music from Dmitry.
Thanks again. Yeah. And let's celebrate.